So the new Captain America movie just came out, and I figured it would be the perfect time to platinum the old Captain America game for PS3. And although it's not canon, the game takes place during the very first movie, and is even voiced by Chris Evans himself. But right when the game starts, we spawn here in this trench, where we just get to learn the basics of combat, which is actually pretty fun, especially the shield throwing. Boing. But once we fill up one of these blue bars here, we get to use our crippling strike to take out one of these advanced enemies. And the weapons that these guys have are something that's never been seen before, so Cap makes this phone call.
Get me Howard Stark.
Now that's the prologue done already, which means we get our first trophy. Hey, first trophy, trench foot. So on to chapter 1, where Stark says he found where the weapons came from. And after a long plane ride, we jump out and crash straight into this building. And after solving this little puzzle here, we blow up the whole building with one nice throw of our shield. Then we have to parkour our way out until we come to this room. And after taking out everyone here, I get my first of many collectibles to come. Hello God, it's me, Zemo. And after a quick phone call with Peggy, she tells us we need to take out the AA guns, ending the first level. Just stood there. And right away level 2 starts, where we have to fight off a whole bunch of enemies. But when I finally made my way through them all, I found my first film reel. Also another type of collectible. Oh, and a bit further down I found another type, schematics. There it is, snap together soldiers. Then after a bit more parkour, we blow up the whole building and get dropped into chapter 3, where I get the trophy for beating 2. Overdue notice. And I also get 4 score and 7 for getting a certain amount of score, which is just XP. Now this game is pretty damn routine for the first few levels. Just beating up enemies, collecting a stupid amount of collectibles, and of course some fun parkour. But about halfway through I unlocked this new move where I get to lock onto 4 enemies at once with my shield, and it ends up getting me this trophy. Oh, and it gave me a trophy, and they all fall down. Also a little bit later in this level I took out my 25th sniper with this shield throw for this trophy. Now at this time I didn't yet know that there was extra collectibles in case you missed some, so I spent a good 15 minutes trying to figure out how to swing on these pipes and get this stupid egg in the middle here. But while trying that, I got 5 perfect swings in a row for grace under pressure. And after blowing up yet another building, we make our way into the 4th chapter and get this one. Trojan Splinters. Now chapter 5 is just a super quick one where we unlock this new move. It lets us control the enemy and use their own weapon against them. That's sick. But all we have to do here is take out the AA gun on the platform by cutting these wires, and we get the next trophy already. Send a postcard, chapter 4 done. And then Cap calls this in.
Are clear for drop.
But all of a sudden this huge cannon silo opens up, so now we need to head over there and destroy it. But on the way there we run into this guy, Baron von Strucker, and he's our next boss fight. Although he does only have one move where he picks you up and then throws you. No, oh, he grabbed me. But once I was able to dodge all his moves and beat him up, I throw him off the ledge to never be seen again. Well, that is until I get up to the cannon and he appears somehow already. And so instead of throwing him off the ledge this time, we just end him right there on the spot. And then we blow up the cannon to get this. Let's go, peaches and cream. Which is for 5 successful explosives placed. And I mean, we should have just thrown this guy off the higher ledge because here he is yet again to take us off the ledge now, knocking us out, and we also end up getting dragged away by this robot. But that ends the mission and pops the next trophy. Then once we wake up, we're being held by this Hydra scientist dweeb from the movie. And right beside him is this lady that slaps the shit out of us, Madame Hydra. But Dr. Zola over here tells us that he's remade the super serum, but it's just a bit tweaked and he needs Cap's blood to fix it. And then we wake up strapped to this table to start chapter 6, and for some reason they have us way up in the air with no stairs down. So after channeling Nathan Drake for 10 minutes, I finally found some enemies, which is where I killed my 101st for the next trophy. There we go, grunts defeated, 101 out of 101. There it is, back to basics. Now I finished making my way through the building up until I found a radio to phone Peggy to let her know where I'm at, calling the folks. But she tells us that Madame Hydra has captured Cap's friends, so we have to go into the underground prison and fight our way through to save them, which was a fair bit harder since they also stole our shield and have it hidden down here somewhere else as well. But at least we unlocked this crazy move here called Super Soldier to help us out. Oh yeah, that's sick, there we go. This is the move I've been waiting for. And after a little bit more searching, we get our shield and keep heading on to find the bros. But along the way, I was able to get another trophy for killing 10 enemies with their own weapons like this. Ooh, I can snipe with him. Bang, headshot. Oh, that got me the trophy. Unfriendly fire. And after a bit more searching, we finally find the door to the prison cells, which starts up chapter 7 and pops another trophy. There it is, existential dilemma. Then after knocking out a whole bunch of enemies, we find our pal Bucky, aka the future Winter Soldier. And after we send him on his way, we continue on to take out all the enemies so they can safely get away on the train, which gets me 2 trophies. The first one for decrypting 13 of these keypads, and then the next for heading into chapter 8. But we still have 2 more bros choose to save here. And once we get back down, we run into yet another new type of enemy. Something made by that tweaked super serum. They're called Screamers. And the only way we can take them out is by using one of the special moves, or by parrying all of their attacks here, which you'll see later. But after making our way through all of them, we finally find our other pal strapped to a table. But he says that Madame Hydra has taken the last guy away, so we have to go get him. But bro says we can just leave him, because I guess he'll be just fine. So after a lot more fighting, we make our way above ground to start chapter 9 and pop this. And right away we spot Madame Hydra with our buddy. And then Dugan decides it would be a great idea to absolutely annihilate them with an explosion. But I mean, luckily they survived somehow and we have to chase them down. But this game really should have been called Captain America Collectible Soldier, because holy crap, there's way too many of them. A bit over 100, I'm pretty sure. But for such a short game, it just feels like you're never ending picking them up. I mean, this level has a whole separate maze area you can go to just to get collectibles in. It has nothing to do with the storyline. But anyways, once I went back into the main path, I stomped this guy out and entered into the estate for chapter 10. And eventually on our way through this mansion, we finally run into the Madame we've been looking for. And that starts up our next boss fight. This one's a fair bit different from the last though. She just stays up top the whole time shooting at us. And we have to ricochet the bullets back at her to hit her. All while she's sending waves of enemies after us as well. And eventually she just ends up running away though, and we find her in the next room, where after a few hits she actually jumps down to fight us this time. Well, until I give her the old 1-2 and she runs away again. And after yet again one more time of trying to fight her here, she tries to run away, and we blow up half of her face with a grenade. Justified if you ask me. But she slips up and tells us the Red Skull is here, so you can guess who we're after next, which brings us into chapter 11, Taming of the Shrew. So there's also a couple trophies that you have to work for throughout the whole game, such as destroying 12 AA guns throughout the whole story, or blowing up a whopping 500 objects. There's also a couple more, but I didn't really notice them yet, so we'll get into them after. Also, something really cool is the whole map in this game is all connected through these sewer system doors that go through to every single area in the game, so you can always go back to wherever to get whatever you missed or just explore. But it also makes some levels like this one really confusing when you have to go through multiple areas. But once I find the elevator to head underground, we get the next trophy. Pleasant stroll. And once we step out of the elevator, we see this blimp fly in, drop this guy off. But this level is super quick. We just run into this room and turn the train tracks, causing this train to crash through the door so we can enter the next chapter already. Chapter 13, that means another trophy. Train to Catch, which is also a super quick one, and I'm talking both of these only took about 5-6 minutes each. This one is just a bunch of parkour to blow up all the machinery and tanks in this thermal plant. And once done, we punch out a bunch of enemies and head off to the next. Unnatural resources. But now this is where things really start to pop off. Only 5 chapters of the game left and over 10 trophies about to pop. And here we have yet another boss fight to get through, and we run into Red Skull, where he activates this monster of a machine. And this one is for sure the hardest so far. Basically, the only way to hit it was to parry or wait until it got down on one knee. But what makes it way more difficult is Red Skull comes out with this grenade launcher halfway through, and non-stop shoots it the whole time, which helps me out at the same time as killing me. And I just barely was able to finish the fight with only 1 hit left. Come on, I'm so close, I'm so close. I'm so close to dying too. Oh man, let me kill him, let me kill him, let me kill him, let me kill him. No, don't get up. Oh my god, I'm gonna get killed. No. Come on, why is this happening to me? Don't die. Did I get him? Oh, okay. Oh, bless. But within that time, I guess they were able to activate the real boss of this game. This gigantic 500-foot tall robot. How great for me. But we also see Arnhem turn into his comic book character, which is pretty cool, and we'll be running into him soon. But now for chapter 15. High and low. So this is where I can finally get the last of the collectibles and put an end to Captain Collectibles here. But first I have to go quickly blow up a chopper. Now this chapter has the last of 3 different collectibles for me, all with different trophies. First is this one. There we go, 31 out of 31. 2 hands and a sword. And next was the last schematic that I had missed before and stumbled upon another one luckily. Oh, last schematic, let's go. Deconstruction. And then finally the 50th ceramic egg. Eggman. There's also another trophy for going through every single entrance in the sewer system, which I went and did quickly since I was halfway there already. There we go, sewer rat. But after I went back on track for the story, all I had to do was blow up a few enemies standing in my way to go through here to get to the next trophy. Holding the high note. Now there's a couple more AA guns here to take out to work towards that trophy, but the main goal here is to make our way through to these Morse code guns and get these tanks blown up, which gets me put a ring on it for 3 successful mortars. Can't say I remember when the first one was. But after clearing out a couple more enemies, we work our way inside and pop the next trophy. Oh, tank me later. And right away when we step inside, we run into Zola in his new body. But as soon as the fight starts, I zoom right past him because I only need one more collectible in the game. This film right here. Film reels 13 out of 13. Slideshow symphony. But this fight was way easier than the last, especially since there's explosives sitting around I could use to my advantage. But once those ran out, it was all just about getting perfect dodges. Then I get to lay the mitts on him, and I had barely lost any health by the end. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Rip him open. And now we finally get to save our 4th buddy to reunite the squad. But Cap gives them a nice motivational speech and we all head off to the very last chapter of the game. Science and spirit. Now I got very lucky on the way here. I wasn't keeping track of the AA guns, nor did I keep track of where they were, but I ended up running into the very last 2 here, which I was super happy about. There goes the neighborhood. So now time for the very last boss fight to end the game. Well, after we hand it to Zola quickly one more time it is. Then we send a mortar strike into half of the robot's head. And then we make our way around to the other side where we run into Zola yet again. This guy just can't get enough, man. But once I get the giant's attention with this grenade launcher, I get absolutely obliterated by his laser. Which I found out I was supposed to deflect, I guess. Oh, got him. But now he only needs one more hit. And well, Zola does too, because this motherfucker is back yet again. But by this time he was absolute light work for me, and as soon as he gets bodied, Cap spots the weak spot on the robot to finish it off. Then of course we gotta have the cinematic cutscene where everyone thinks he's dead, but he's not. Nice happy ending. And after watching the nice 10-minute credits to completion for this stupid trophy, I also get this for completing chapter 18 and finishing the game. Let's go. Campaign done. Oh, still alive. A second game 10 years later. Oh, Captain America 2, Super Duper Soldier. So now there's this other challenge mode we have to finish off quickly for the platinum. Some are really fun, some are absolutely stupid. The first one just starts with a simple 4-wave fight that has to be completed in a certain amount of time. Easy stuff. But just off that first one, since I got gold, it gives me 3 trophies. Testing waters. Begin a trend. Window shopper. 3 in a row. Now I had to get gold on half of them for the next, which is where we get to the stupid ones, like this abomination. For some reason, someone thought it would be a good idea to make Captain America Pac-Man. What the heck? This is weird. Yeah, sounds stupid, right? Cause it is. You have the above view and have to make your way through this maze, collecting all of the eggs within a time limit, all while not being able to hit enemies. Can't I fight? Can't block, I can't do anything. Unless you grab one of the roosters that gives you a few second window. Exactly like Pac-Man. I can only attack when I get a rooster? What? That's insane. Which was very annoying and I ended up failing the first time. But I did get it on the second try at least. What a horrible challenge. Let's go. There's also a parkour one where you have to defeat all the enemies on time while swinging around. But the one that got me the trophy was super easy. I just had to hop on this cannon and survive for 5 minutes. Which, I mean, look at this thing. But that gets me freedom on a roll. I also realized that level was perfect to get a few trophies I missed in the campaign, like defeating 101 of the advanced enemies. Who's the bully now? Or finally causing 500 objects to explode that I worked for the whole time. He hates these cans. Also, I finally had collected the 25,000 XP I needed for this one, and then finally replaying it multiple times to destroy 50 statues for this. Need a head? There we go. Now on the next one, I had to run through this time trial while defeating enemies to get all the collectibles. Well, at first I thought I had to defeat them all and ended up failing gold by a whole 1 second. Devastating. But then the second try, I just avoided every enemy that wasn't in my way, and also got my 50th crippling strike on this guy, which got me this trophy. Finally, I got that that one. Power rating the kisser. I'm trying to get that for a while. And now it was time for the last few wave challenges to get the platinum, with the last one being the only one I had trouble with. There's 3 different waves, with 2 of them having bosses and having to be done within 4 minutes. And of course Zola wasn't the problem by now. It was this damn engine robot that I had trouble with, which ended up resulting in me getting another super close time that failed me. It went over 4 minutes and 4 seconds? No. No. Even worse because it's for the platinum too. And I'm only gonna get one of the trophies. There it is, tourist. But that made me lock right in, and I ended up making it all the way to the last 6 seconds here with only 1 hit left, and this happened. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, I can't go left. There's 1 hit. There's 1 hit. Come on. End it. Yes, yes, I did it. Oh, 3 seconds short. Holy crap. That was a super close one. I would have been so mad if I failed it again. Let's go. Pop that platinum. Where is it? Let's go. Can't stand any higher. And the first Avenger. Let's go. That's an awesome platinum to have. So that's Captain America's Platinum. Definitely a bit outdated, but still fun, especially compared to the other old Marvel games. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.